Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. I'm Alexandra and we are back with a new speed building video, but this time guys we are playing Paralives. This is not a Sims 4 speed build and I'm excited to show you the first build that I did in Paralives, and I have to say a huge thank you to the Paralives team for giving me a chance to explore this game. And I have to say that it's huge. Okay, I don't even know what to talk first time, but I have to say that for building, because that's all I've been doing so far, I haven't experienced the gameplay yet, but the building, it's insane. The customizations that we can make are out of this world, and I'm so happy that I get a chance to build something. And of course I will be building more of this. And I've been knowing about Paralives in fact for a long time now. I actually was excited when I heard it's gonna be on early access last year, but then the dev team announced that they're gonna postpone that. But now here it is, the early access of Paralives is available on Steam, and I've seen so many people obsessed with it. And I cannot say at this point that I'm so obsessed. I'm just excited and curious to do more things. I have to say that doing this build, it's gonna be a blue Suburban, because I didn't had any other inspiration of what I can do with my first Paralives build. So this is what we're actually doing in this video, and I wanted to go small. And I think it's looking very pretty considering it's the first build, but I had the hardest time adjusting with the build mode. And it's, you know, being a Sims builder, it's hard not to compare, and I'm trying not to compare so much, and I'm trying to see that the game is actually something else than the Sims. And actually the things you can do here are way more detailed than The Sims. But I have to say that I will be forever and always a Sims girl, and I cannot, you know, not see actually The Sims as my main favorite game, even though you know, I use tool mod and everything to do more things than what the game actually allows you to do. And speaking about Paralives, the things we can do are a lot. And the main thing that I noticed in Paralives is that you need to be so creative, because okay, you can go basic with all the things that are in the catalog, and you can do some walls, and you can furnish the house with the things that are already there. But if you have more creativity and ideas, you can stack everything you want, you can resize everything you want, how much you want, and it gives you, you know, a lot of things that you can do. Basically, you are not limited, let's say. I mean, I don't even know if I've seen a limitation so far, and I haven't even explored it all yet. And I cannot wait to build more styles, more builds, to go with the build that has 2 floors, because this build that we're doing now, it has just 1 floor. And you saw me at the beginning of this video that I didn't know how to make a foundation. I was like, come on, where is the foundation tool? Really? We cannot make foundations? But then I realized you have to build it yourself as a first floor, and then you lower it down, and then you build your house on top of that. And that's your foundation. And you can go with as many levels as you want. And God, as I said, it's a lot. It's hard to get, you know, used with it at first. But once you get it, because I've been streaming once, then I continued this house in a different stream, but at the 3rd stream, I think, when we furnished the last rooms in this build, I was actually more, you know, used with where to find the items, how to drag them, how to place them. And yes, as you can see, we are doing a blue Suburban. It's a big, I would say it's a medium-sized house. It's not that tiny. We have a lot of space inside. And as you can see, I customized the colors of everything: the roof, the wallpaper, the columns, the flooring, everything is customizable, and you can do a lot of things with the color wheel, with the actual patterns that you can choose for every item. Let's say you have some wood stairs and you want them to be brick, you can do that. I also love the thing that I did with the columns. I was very upset because I was seeing columns that don't have a pillar, you know, and I was like, I really want some sort of a stone pillar or brick pillar. And I was like, how can I do that? And then I realized, oh, we can stack on top of each other 2 different columns. And that's how I did, you know, the brick. And that's how I did actually those columns that are customized. I actually used 2 different bricks, 2 different columns, one that's wood, and then I resized another one, made it shorter, and it's the one with the stone pattern. And I thought, oh my god, this gave me another million ideas of what can you stack and what can you do. And again, I'm very excited about this. I have to say that it's been a bit exhausting for me because, you know, getting used with everything, trying to figure out how to do everything and not being limited. Also, another thing, like this is like the second thing that's, I don't know, I noticed on my end, it's that it took me a lot of time, and not because I wasn't used with the build mode, just because you can customize everything in a way that, you know, choosing colors, choosing patterns, choosing the perfect size for each item makes the whole building experience much longer, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a pretty cool thing, but I am that kind of person that I want to be fast. And when I see that I spend so much time on choosing a color and I'm like, what color do I want? You know, it's challenging, and you have to spend a lot of time in this, but I don't think it's, you know, a bad thing. So this house has also this garden that's gonna be in the right side of the lot, and as you can see, the lot, it's bigger than the actual yard that I made. I surrounded everything with a fence, and we have so much space basically. And let's not talk about the way I think are gonna be able in the future, or I think maybe now we can customize lots on the actual world. I have to dig more into that because I'm not so sure if we can actually, you know, customize the lot size, but I think we can. I think I've seen something about that, and I love the fact that, you know, you can actually drag a line and like 2-3 lines and make your own lot where you want. That's also a cool thing. And what else I have been doing, I made my first Parafolk, and I have to say that I loved how I made my Paraself. That's how I like to call it. And also in the Parafolks menu where you do your, I try to find a way to say it like the sim, but it's not a sim, it's a Parafolk. And I really enjoyed that very much as well. But the last thing I have to test in this game is the gameplay, because I haven't had time to touch it. And in fact, you know me, I want to test that, but I cannot not think about the next build that I'm gonna be doing. I have ideas and I want to do many things. But yes, we are here now, and I'm trying to make a customized garden. You know, I love plants, you know, I love gardens, you know, I love green. And I loved what I did here because I wanted to do, you know, something different than what the game has to offer. And after placing all of these plant boxes and customizing the colors of the plant pot, I was like, I want some garden beds. And I saw we don't have garden beds in the catalog. We only have planter boxes that can be placed by the windows. And I was like, okay, how can I make out of these some planter boxes? And what I did, I sized them up a lot. And then with the advanced tool that you can customize in 3D, so 3 directions, I sunk these planter boxes into the ground, and they look like actual garden beds. And I was so excited to do this. I did these 2, which are bigger, and then I placed on top of them some plants that You know, I imagined they look like some crops that are growing. We don't have gardening at this stage in this game, but I'm so sure at some point we're gonna have gardening. It's impossible not to have. It's a thing that in every game we need to have gardening. Like, it's a thing a lot of people love to do in games. Not in The Sims, not in any other games. We love gardening and things that are, you know, outdoor. And yes, in the other side I place another tiny plant boxes that are smaller with some flowers in them this time. And I think my favorite spot on this building is the actual garden. I feel it's very cutesy. And yes, now we're gonna be moving to the floor plan. And I really think I managed to do a cool floor plan because I tried to play again with the foundation. So I wanted the living room to be, you know, on top of a platform or foundation. I don't even know how to call it. I think it's a platform because that's how we actually do that in The Sims. So I wanted it to have like 2 steps on the actual stairs to go up 2 tiny levels in the living room. So I did that again with the splitting a level with the actual walls, and that works perfectly. But I have to say the stairs are glitchy at this very moment. I would say very glitchy, because each time you load into the game they are not where you place them, and they just give you a hard time at this moment. But I'm so sure the devs are gonna you know, fix them in the future. And now we're moving to the interior, and I don't know how to put this. Like, it took me so long to actually find the color scheme that I want, the style that I want. And I have to say that I'm not so happy with this interior. Not because it's something new and the aesthetic is new and the furniture looks different. It's just that having, you know, all of these new things and the color wheel and the pattern choices, it made me feel like it's too much, and I don't even know what's the style I've been using inside this house. I wanted to go with a traditional kind of a vibe, but in the end I would say it's a bit boho, because I used a lot of wooden textures and plants and so on. So it's a mixed style here. I couldn't stop to just one style because it's just too much to handle at first, and you want to place everything that you see. And I think I will do much prettier like interiors from now on. That was, as I said, my first try, and I was excited to see everything and the way you can adjust the counters and change the handles and change the colors of the handles, the colors of the countertop, the colors of everything. And as you can see, I'm placing like a stove here, and the stove is actually a bit higher than the counters. And someone in chat told me like, hey, can you adjust the size of the stove because it's a bit higher than the counters? And I was like, wait, what? And then I could actually drag with the customization tool the stove to be the same height as the counters, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And as you can see, we can drag also the cabinets on top, and you can do so many things. You just need creativity at this point. Like, the things you can do are a lot, and I am so excited about everything I've seen so far. And I know I haven't seen like everything yet, but yes, as you can see, the actual counters that I placed, they have a wood texture on top, and then I chose tiles, and I was like, what? I mean, it's a lot to digest, and it makes you so excited just to think about it. But yes, I cannot wait, as I said, to do different styles and to see what are the new things that are gonna come in game. And yes, this house actually, it was supposed to be for a single sim, but then when I saw the size of the house, I was like, okay, I can easily add in here more builds, more rooms. So I have a master bedroom and a nursery. Even though my sim, I was gonna say my sim self, my parafolk actually is single, we don't have kids or anything. I added actually a room for a kid, because this build can be downloaded from the Steam workshop, and I tried to have this room for the kid because I'm pretty sure the people that are gonna download this, if you want this, you're gonna have a baby at some point. So I had space for it, so I did the nursery, and it's also very pretty. We have a lot of things for kids and a lot of clutter. You'll be seeing how I'm cluttering this kitchen, and I actually cut some parts out because there were so many things and I scrolled a lot in the catalog. We have these washing machines, and then I tried to do a small laundry room, and then I came back to the kitchen to add the kitchen clutter and appliances, and there are so many things. I was so excited to see everything. And yes, then we're gonna be moving to the dining room and living room, and outside I think I just have a small barbecue area, a small picnic area, and the garden that you see me doing previously. And yes, again, as you can see, everything I'm doing needs customization because they don't really fit how you want in the first place. If the walls are not straight, or for some reason you just place them, you know, not wrong, but I don't know, in a position that's not working next to the walls or next to something that you have nearby. So you have to drag with the arrows everything if you want them to be, you know, perfectly placed. One thing that I realized, and now we're gonna talk a bit of bugs. I told you about the stairs one, which is a big and important one. It's a bit annoying, but as I said, I really hope that's gonna be fixed very soon. The things that are resized with the advanced customization tool, they tend to disappear on me, and I've heard also on other people that things vanish. So for example, right before this you saw I placed a sink. Look, it's right over there, and at some point next in the video you're gonna be seeing that the sink is not there anymore. And that also happened with other things as well. So I had to replace them just because I resized them. But I think if you don't resize like everything, they will stay there without being gone at some point. And I really think maybe it's on my end because maybe I used a lot of clutter, or maybe it's the way I placed it. I don't know how everybody experienced these bugs, but I have to say they are there. They can make you a bit frustrated because you have to redo things, but again, the team is working to you know, improve the experience when we gameplay, when we build. And yeah, we have a long period of time actually. The early access for Paralives, it's supposed to be 2 years, and imagine how many things are gonna be fixed and how many things are gonna be new, because again, they have to add more things to do, more things to furnish with, more activities, anything. So I'm really excited to see what's more to come. And yes, now what am I adjusting? Everything I'm placing needs adjusting, and that's why I said it's actually a bit time consuming. So yes, cluttering. Again, you can in Paralives, you can free place everything. You don't need a baby.move object on. You don't need to alt place to rotate and to move freely items, and you don't need the brackets key to elevate something. That's something really cool and easy to work with, and it gives you, again, more freedom, and you're not limited, as I said at the beginning of the video. And it makes the whole, you know, experience of building more, I don't know, cozy in a way that you can do whatever you want. Yeah, basically that's the way to put it. You can do everything that you want. And again, I think it's the third or fourth time I'm saying, if you have imagination and you're you know, thinking outside of the box, you can create so many cool and amazing things. And oh, paintings, I didn't talk about paintings. This is also a very beautiful, cool feature. We have frames for different dimensions. You can again customize the size of them, and you can upload your own images. So if you have a cat, you can add a picture of your cat in your Paralives home, and I think that's really cool. And you can actually add anything you want. And speaking about creativity, what I try to do here is I have a half wall that doesn't have a trim on it. and I was like, how can I make this pretty? So I added a shelf on the wall, I customized the size of it, I elevated a bit, and I made this you know, kind of a cozy nook here with also a plant, with also a plant vase. So this is a normal vase, and these are these lilies. Yeah, they were actually outdoor plants, and I resized them, elevated them, and added them to the vase, and I think that's also a nice detail. So again, you can have a lot of cool details. Like, I can't even think at this very moment how many things you can do. Like, there are so many things you can do. It's like overwhelming just to think about ideas of what you can actually do. And yes, then we're gonna be moving to the bedrooms, and again, everything needs to be very carefully placed if you are a perfectionist like I am. But I wouldn't say this house is perfect. It's not nearly perfect. I would redo this. I would definitely try to do this again. But as I said, for the first build, I really enjoyed the building process, learning how to do it, and I cannot wait to actually build more in Paralives, and I would really need suggestions. So make sure to leave in the comments down below any ideas you have for future builds. If you need them in the game, maybe you're not a builder and you want a perfect home for your para folks to download from the Steam workshop, and I would be gladly building for you. But in the same time, I have to say I am not stopping building in The Sims. I will release again in the future save files and builds and speed builds, and I'm not gonna be stopping on The Sims, I don't think, ever. So yes, you guys, I will let you watch now the rest of the video, and until the next time, I really hope you're gonna have an amazing day. Thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to read all of your comments about Paralives. Bye everybody!